Mary Wilson, founding member of the Supremes, has died.
Her publicist says she passed away suddenly and unexpectedly at her home outside Las Vegas last night. CBS 2's Alice Gaynor has more on the legendary singer's life.
Hit after hit. Founded as the Primettes in Detroit, the Supremes were one of the biggest musical acts of the 1960s, with more than a dozen #1 singles.
I remember instead of going home on the bus, we flew. That was our first plane ride. We flew home. We had really hit big.
Mary Wilson, alongside Diana Ross and the late Florence Ballard, made up the original iconic Motown group, later inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But it wasn't all glitz and glamour back then.
People were not very nice to me because I was black. But once you start making money and you becoming famous, then you're something special.
Wilson said on CBS's The Talk last year, the young singers were so poor, they initially made their own gowns.
We did go to Woolworths. Yeah. Anybody here remember Woolworths? And we bought our little pearls, $5 pearls, and we bought some butterworth patterns. Yeah. And Diana and I made outfits.
In 2019, the Prudential Center in Newark unveiled the Legends of Motown, celebrating the Supremes. Curated by the Grammy Museum, the exhibit included the gowns the trio wore when they met the Queen Mother in 1968.
We did a command performance, and for 3 little black girls who lived in the Brewster Projects in Detroit, Michigan, for us to do a command performance.
It was more than the music. It was the impact the Supremes had on civil rights.
Peter Mustick has been friends with Wilson for 40 years. He says she talked about how she wanted to be remembered.
They proved to the world that it didn't matter the color of your skin or where you came from, but what you had to offer and what you did with it. And they became cultural ambassadors to the world.
After the Supremes disbanded in 1977, Wilson became a best-selling author and an activist. Diana Ross offered her condolences and tweeted in part, "I have so many wonderful memories of our time together. The Supremes will live on in our hearts." Mary Wilson was 76 years old. She was an inspiration and leaves behind family and adoring fans around the world, many grateful for the doors she opened. Outside of the Apollo Theater in Harlem, Alice Gaynor, CBS 2 News.
Wow. Her publicist says the cause of her death was not immediately known. Wilson is survived by her daughter, her son, 10 grandchildren, and 1 great-granddaughter.